This is your English listening practice podcast to help you learn and improve naturally. At a job interview, good morning, Emily.
Thank you for coming in today. Let's start with an easy question. Can you tell me a little about yourself?
Good morning, and thank you for having me. Well, my name is Emily, and I recently graduated with a degree in business administration. During my studies, I interned at a marketing firm where I assisted in creating social media campaigns and analyzing customer feedback. I really enjoyed working in a team environment and using data to find creative solutions. Outside of work, I'm passionate about learning new skills. Right now, I'm working on improving my public speaking.
That's great. It sounds like you've already had some valuable experience. Now, why are you interested in this job?
I'm really excited about this role because it combines two things I'm passionate about: marketing and problem solving. I've always admired your company's approach to innovative branding, especially the way you connect with younger audiences. I'd love the opportunity to contribute to that, and I believe my background in both creative thinking and data analysis would be a good fit for this position.
That's a strong start. Let's move on to your skills and experience. What would you say are your greatest strengths?
I'd say my biggest strength is my ability to adapt. For example, during my internship, a last-minute client request required us to overhaul a campaign just days before launch. I quickly learned new tools to update our designs and kept the team on track to meet the deadline. I'm also detail-oriented. I like making sure every piece of a project fits together perfectly.
That's impressive. And what about your weaknesses?
I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist, which can slow me down at times. I've been working on finding a balance between getting things just right and meeting deadlines. One thing that's helped is creating checklists to focus on what's most important.
Interesting. Now, can you give me an example of a time when you solved a challenging problem?
Absolutely. During my internship, we noticed that one of our campaigns wasn't performing well online. I took the initiative to dig into the analytics and discovered that the issue was with how the ads were targeted. I suggested adjustments to the demographics and keywords, and after implementing the changes, we saw engagement rates increase by 30%. It was a great learning experience and a reminder of the importance of analyzing data closely.
That's a great example, Emily. It sounds like you approach challenges with a problem-solving mindset. Let's talk a bit more about the role itself. This position involves working closely with different teams. How do you ensure effective collaboration?
Communication is key for me when working with a team. I make an effort to keep everyone on the same page by sharing updates regularly and asking for feedback early on. For example, during a group project at university, we had weekly check-ins to discuss progress and challenges. It kept us organized and made sure no one felt left behind. I also try to be approachable so team members feel comfortable coming to me with questions or concerns.
That's good to hear. Collaboration is definitely an important part of this role. Another key aspect of this job is managing multiple projects at once. How do you prioritize tasks when you're under pressure?
I use a combination of planning and flexibility. I usually start by making a list of all the tasks and sorting them by deadlines and importance. Then I break each task into smaller steps so it feels more manageable. In one of my internships, there was a time when I had to juggle preparing a client presentation, updating social media posts, and analyzing campaign data all in the same week. I focused on the most time-sensitive tasks first, but I also made sure to stay adaptable in case priorities shifted.
That's a great approach. Sounds like you're very organized. Now let's shift gears a bit. This job also requires creative thinking. Can you tell me about a time you came up with an innovative idea?
Sure. During my internship, we were tasked with promoting a new product that didn't have a lot of initial interest. I suggested creating a behind-the-scenes video series to highlight the product's development process and the team behind it. It gave the campaign a personal touch, and it ended up being one of the most engaging pieces of content we had. The videos helped increase awareness and gave the brand a more relatable image.
That's a fantastic idea. Creativity can really make a difference in marketing. Finally, this role involves some client interaction. How do you handle difficult or dissatisfied clients?
I think the most important thing is to stay calm and listen carefully to their concerns. One time during my internship, a client was unhappy with the initial designs we had presented. Instead of getting defensive, I asked detailed questions to better understand their vision. After that, I worked with the team to revise the designs, keeping the client involved throughout the process. In the end, they were really happy with the final result.
Excellent. I appreciate all your thoughtful answers. Emily, before we wrap up, do you have any questions for me?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to know more about the team I'd be working with. Could you tell me about the team's dynamic and how they usually approach projects?
That's a great question. Our team is very collaborative and values open communication. We have regular brainstorming sessions where everyone's ideas are welcomed, and we try to create an environment where people feel supported in taking initiative. We also encourage professional development, so you'd have plenty of opportunities to grow in this role.
That sounds wonderful. I really appreciate a team-oriented work environment, and it's encouraging to hear about the focus on growth and collaboration.
I'm glad to hear that. Well, Emily, thank you so much for coming in today. You've given us a lot to think about with your strong qualifications and thoughtful answers.
Thank you for the opportunity. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and I'm really excited about the possibility of joining your team.
Likewise, we'll be reviewing all candidates over the next week, and you can expect to hear from us by the end of next week.
That sounds great. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.
You too, Emily. Take care.
If you want to learn English through listening to podcasts in a cozy and comfortable way, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Our goal is to help you improve your fluency with daily English conversations, natural speech, and practical tips that fit into your everyday life.